right in the middle.
I'm in the middle.
Yep.
Yep.
And I'm going to get right behind you.
Let's see. And Rob's, before I sit down.
Thank you. Doesn't matter which side.
Scooch a little bit. There you go. I want to say good afternoon to everybody, and we're so excited to be here to introduce 3 new faces of our incredible organization. When you think about, we introduced Lonzo last week. Rob did a nice job of introducing another new face to the Lakers, and that was Brooke Lopez yesterday, to go along with our other faces of this great organization. When you think about Brandon Ingram and Larry Nance and Big Zoo and Julius Randle, Jordan, I mean, this is really incredible to introduce 3 other new faces who bring something different to this team of ours and our organization. We were so excited to draft all 3, and we were looking for shooting, we were looking for toughness, we were looking for high basketball IQ, and guys who come from winning programs. And I think when you look at all 3 of them, we can check off all the boxes. So I think that Josh brings winning in a national championship and a tough competitor who brings defense to our team, as well as you think about Thomas, and he's able to be a stretch 4 or 5 with his shooting ability from the 3-point line. And then my homeboy from Flint, Michigan, Kyle, who we always laugh about everything back home, but I think high basketball IQ and, again, all-around game on both sides of the ball, much like both Josh and Thomas. So we're excited about these 3 young men, and we're just happy that we were able to draft them, and I'm going to turn it over to Rob.
Good to see everybody again. You know, I'm a storyteller, so I thought I'd talk a little bit today about the process of each of these 3 amazing players arriving here with the Lakers, just the road here of the journey. And I'll start in order. You know, Josh was a player that immediately we identified early in the process as someone who just stood for the core qualities that the Bus family stands for, that Magic stands for, that I stand for, that Luke Walton stands for, but someone of incredibly high character, just a basketball intelligence that's unparalleled, just a commitment to the proper work ethic and breaking his game down to detail. We met with him at the Chicago Combine, and he was talking about how Jay Wright, the great coach at Nova, you know, has taught the team what it means to prepare for games, the film work they do, you know, clean eating, whether it's grass-fed beef or almond butter on his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I mean, he broke it down to a science. And you know, having worked with a player like Kobe for 18 years, you realize the level that greatness takes, and it's breaking the game down into details. And we saw that Josh grasp that, and that's why he has excelled as a champion and why he brings excellence to the table. Then he came in here for his draft workout, and he was just always in the right place on the court. In every defensive drill, you know, Magic would nudge me and say, look, he's at the midline. Like, you know, guy's trying to dribble baseline, look at his position. So just a grasp and an understanding for the game that stood out from the pack. And so we were just so excited and want to thank his agent, too, Joe Branch, who's here today, for being part of the process of us evaluating him and ultimately selecting him. So that's kind of the story of Josh. Kyle Kuzma. Again, process started with our amazing scouting staff led by Jesse Buss and his entire team. This was a player on film that from day one when Magic and I came on board, they said, you got to study this guy. There's something special about him. And the more and more tape we watched on Synergy, we were just like, wow, this guy has got everything we're looking for. The way Luke wants to play, the way Magic and I want to put the team together is that positionless sort of versatility. And Kyle just fits right in the sweet spot of that. Even in some of the scrimmages and, pickups that have been in our gym the past 2-3 games, he's making plays in the open court, great passing, shooting. He's just a positionless player that's so skilled. And we're just so excited to add that to our core because that's the way Luke wants to play. Unbelievable passer. I talked a lot with his coach at Utah, Coach Larry. Just in terms of his work ethic, being a gym rat, he just, checked all the boxes we were looking for. And when he was available for us at 27, we were doing backflips because we were just so excited to select him. And then Thomas Bryant, my fellow Big Ten, and I guess Magic's too. We got a Spartan, a Wolverine, and a Hoosier up here now. Again, just an incredibly interesting talent in that he's got a 7'6" wingspan. So he can protect the rim just with his length. And then he has the ability to go out on the perimeter and make the defense guard him. Because when he came in for his workout, Magic just said, wow, look how beautiful his ball is. Just the release, the follow-through he has on his shot, the spin on the ball. He has a chance to be an elite shooting 5 if he stays committed to working hard. And again, part of the evaluation for us, Coach Crean at Indiana, friends with Magic, and I spent a lot of time on the phone talking to him about Thomas's work ethic and how he went to Indiana with a 24-inch vertical and increased it to a 30, and it continues to expand it. So just a guy that's committed to hard work and becoming great, and has a spirit about him, just a happy energy. Even Gunnar Peterson in the weight room today said, hey, I already love this kid after one day. He's a good person. So that's a little bit on the journey of each of these 3 guys, but it's a big, big day for us. Jeannie Buss was even down in the gym today just saying, wow, the energy of this young core. We can just feel it. And we know the Laker fans feel it. We see it on the draft boards when they're giving A-pluses for the guys we drafted. This is just a huge day for us, and I think it's great that Lonzo's here to support the other guys that were drafted with him. And this is truly, truly a historic day in Lakerland, and we're excited to share it with everyone. So we're going to stand up, let the guys present their jerseys, and then do some Q&A.
Oh, right there. Andy.
So, Josh, starting with you, why don't you say a little something? We'll go from left to right, finishing up with Thomas, and then we'll open it up to questions.
First and foremost, I just want to thank Magic, Rob, Coach Walton, the Buss family for selecting me to be a part of this organization. It's just a blessing, and looking for great things in the future. So just thank you, and this is a great day.
Same thing that Josh said. I want to thank the whole Lakers organization for giving me an opportunity to show what I can do at this level, and it's a big day for me and my family, and it's been a long journey and a dream come true, so I'm just really happy to be here.
Just really going off what my fellow teammates said, just thanking the whole Laker organization for accepting me and bringing me in. And it just feels great, just to be a part of a historic organization like the Los Angeles Lakers. It's like a dream come true, so, you just don't want to take that for granted at all.
Hey, Kyle, over here to your right, Mike Bresnahan with Spectrum Sportsnet. From the time you finished your season at Utah to the time you got drafted, you really rose up on a lot of draft boards. How do you explain that?
Just showing my work ethic and my ability to compete in workouts, going against guys, and, really showing a lot of things that I did at Utah well and a lot of things that I didn't and I improved on with my work ethic. So.
And the Combine was a big deal for you, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very big deal. I wasn't really highly touted, coming into the Combine, on per se mock drafts, but I really showed people what I could really do. So.
And I think that was a part of it, too, for us, because when we had the meeting with him in Chicago the next day, he went out there and put on a show. I mean, how many three-pointers, 6 or 7?
Something like that.
Yeah, you hit in that game. And we said, okay, that's the guy who we like right there. And so he really impressed us with that performance he had in Chicago.
Hey guys, right here in the middle, just for each of the players, have you gotten a sense, if you could explain in a couple words for Magic and Pelinka and Luke Walton, as to what they're looking for, what they're looking for in a Lakers player, and how you think that could fit your skill set? If you, maybe from left to right would be great if you could answer.
First and foremost, playing hard, competing, and striving for excellence every day. You know, this is a storied program, one of the greatest programs ever, or organizations ever, and they just, you know, we demand excellence from ourselves, and that's something that they, you know, really are trying to instill in us.
You know, pretty much the same thing that Josh just said. You know, really high character guys that really work hard. You know, they kind of laid that out, and with all the interviews and meetings that I've had with them, and, you know, that's pretty much simple. You know, if you have those two things, then everything else will take care of itself. So.
I have to agree with my teammates on this one. You know, just guys that want to come in and do the work. You know, just going in and show that you belong here. You know, just work to get better each and every day. You know, no matter what it is.
Hi, Mark Medina, LA Daily News. For all you three of you guys, on the defensive end, what do you think you guys can provide in that area to help the team with that?
Going left or right again? I'll probably say, you know, speak for myself and my teammates, there's the versatility. You know, all of us can guard several different positions, and, you know, that's something that, you know, you can use to your advantage when you have, you know, I guess guards or wings that can switch on to, you know, big men in the post, or like TB being able to switch on to smaller guards on the perimeter. So when you have that versatility, you know, defensively, it gives you another, you know, it gives you another step up.
Yeah, same thing, just really versatility. You know, going back to what Rob said earlier, NBA is turning into positionless basketball, and, you know, guys that can guard, you know, two, three positions at a time is very valuable. So I feel like, you know, we can add that to the organization going forward with, you know, work on it. So.
I have to agree with that. You know, the versatility standpoint on the defensive end, you know, and also the constant communication out there. You know, just telling with your teammates, just talking with your teammates out there on the defensive end, you know, it really helps a lot. You know, and also with me being a big man, you know, versatility is a real big thing for me. You know, you continue to keep improving on it, and also protecting the basket as well on the defensive end, you know, just challenging shots, you know, blocking shots, getting rebounds, you know, the real big things, you know, the things that seem small but are really big for the team.
Hey, Kyle over here, Serena Winters, Lakers Nation. I'm just curious, when you were here for your draft workout, I remember you taking that photo with Magic and talking about what a surreal moment that was for you in your pre-draft process. And we're sitting here, and he's calling you, you know, my homeboy, Kyle from Flint. So I'm curious what it's like for you now, sitting next to him and actually being on his team.
It's a great feeling, you know, both being from Michigan, but, you know, growing up, you know, if you love basketball, you know, the first thing you're going to hear about is Magic Johnson, you know, him being from Lansing and me being from Flint. That's a connection on its own. So, you know, it's really surreal because, you know, I'm a basketball junkie, and, you know, watching old NBA TV games, classic games, and them short shorts, you know but no, you know, it's a surreal moment for sure. So.
Shahan Ahmed, NBCLA. Is there any meaning behind each of you guys' numbers for your jerseys? And then also, what's it been like being in LA? What's your experience been the last few days?
I'd love to say my number had like a crazy meaning to it, but, you know, I love number 3, and Corey Brewer had that, so I had to try to just scramble and find a new one, to be frank with you. But, you know, just got out here a couple of days ago, yesterday, and, you know, just the weather is amazing, so I'm going to love that part. But, you know, this the vibe of the whole city, and you can just tell how everyone's really behind this franchise, and, you know, I think that's a great feeling.
You know, same thing with me. Just wanted to change up, you know, different number. I wore 35 in college and, you know, a little bit in high school too, but, you know, just a change. And, you know, LA's been great. You know, I've been here multiple times playing UCLA and USC. So I'm pretty, not familiar, but, you know, I've been here a few times and, you know, it's a great vibe for sure.
So with me, I have pretty big significance with my jersey number. You know, 31. You know, it always goes back down to when I was born on July 31st. You know, and I always promise myself to always work at the game of basketball 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 24 plus 7 equals 31. So that was really another thing that I noticed, you know, behind the number as well. And LA has been great to me. You know, this is where I've been for the pre-draft workouts. You know, I worked at a sports academy up at 1,000 Oaks. You know, I've been down in the LA area, downtown as well, you know, just to do a little bit of shopping. But, you know, it's been great for me. You know, I love the weather.
Guys, I had one more for you over here on the to your right in the back. Just wondering how similar or how familiar you are with each other's games from playing in college, and then I'd open that to Lonzo as well, what you saw from him at UCLA and how you think that could work on the floor.
You know, I think one thing that kind of bummed me out, I wasn't able to play against these guys during the year, but, you know, me and Kuz met last summer at an Under Armour camp, and we kind of just kept tabs of, you know, on each other and just, you know, watch him and how he was, you know, a great stretch four at Utah, how he was just, you know, being really versatile out there, and TB, just the passion that he played with at IU. And, you know, one of my old teammates went there, so I was kind of always watching the game, and you just see the passion that he plays with offensively, defensively, the work ethic, been amazing. You know, I think, you know, all, you know, those, you know, blend in and fit together really well. And then obviously, you know, we always saw Lonzo on TV, you know, doing this thing out there. So, you know, you have, you know, 4 great guys whose styles fit each other very well.
Yeah, the same thing that Josh did. You know, I didn't really have to keep too many tabs on him because he was on ESPN every night. But, you know, he's a great player. You know, going back to, you know, the Under Armour camp he mentioned, and, you know, a couple of pre-draft workouts for multiple teams. You know, we were in the same building, so pretty familiar with him. And then with TB, you know, a great, you know, stretch 5 option that can block shots. It's, you know, pretty rare and pretty special for the NBA too. And, you know, of course, playing Lonzo in the Pac-12, you know, almost beat him this year, but, you know, it got away from me. But, you know, we've been playing pickup a little bit, and, you know, it's a great connection. You know, he's a great passer and you know, high IQ, so, you know, that takes care of everything, so.
Just going back to watching Josh at Villanova, you know, I used to watch them a lot, you know, because they used to run, they ran the Big East over there on the East Coast, you know, through everything. And then also Kuzma, you know, just with the workout and everything, just seeing him, like how he played was like such a great opportunity to play with him and against him as well. You know, it was really good.
I'll just say the last thing, which is, you know, we talk a lot from up here about the new energy that Magic's charisma has brought to the Lakers. But you guys in the audience are the lens for that, and I know you work as hard as we do, and we just want to let you guys know how much we appreciate that the coverage reflects how we feel about the energy here. So we're grateful you're here and for the work you guys do on our behalf. So thanks, everyone, for coming.
Your family want to take pictures?